Holy crap! It is time. Oh my goodness! Am I turned up a little too loud on your microphone or your ear?
What? What did you say? Sorry, me. It's gone.
I didn't know I was gonna cause you some physical impairment in your ear area. Maybe you need to turn me down a little bit.
Right. Okay. Go.
All right, everybody. It's time to go all the way around the effing galaxy. Put on your safety belts.
And we're good to take off.
Around the galaxy.
My ear's still got a bit hurting now.
We have someone backstage. Let's bring him in.
Okay, here we go.
This is Jay. He debuted on the All After Wrestling show on Sunday. He's a big Hartford Whalers guy. They don't exist anymore. The Hurricanes got deleted last night from the playoffs. Oh. Technical difficulties. Jay, you there?
I think so, man. I think so. I'm here, I'm there, I'm everywhere. You can call me Jay, you can call me JP. My wife even calls me an arsehole, but one thing you can never call me is late for dinner.
Even if the dinner's not good, you're not going to be late?
Oh, God, no, man. I've been married for 23 years, so if I'm late for dinner, my wife's going to get mad at me. I'm going to sleep on the couch, and that ain't no good.
Oh, yeah, depending on what kind. Like, some people don't even have a proper couch. They got a love seat, and your legs are going to be hanging off that thing. That's not a comfortable sleep.
Not when you're 6'3", man. That's no good. No.
I'm 6'3". You're 6'3". We're the same height.
I'm 6'4".
See, so we all get it. We all get it, man.
We're gonna have to stand back to back one of these days.
Yeah, one of these days.
Yeah,
when we go to a hockey game.
Of course, I am the patron saint of professional wrestling. I am that gingered up, bubbly son of a bitch. I'm Captain Canuck, baby. Whoa, yeah. Come on, baby. Woo. And, of course, a good shout-out to my friend, Bad Take Cade, the guy with the worst takes of professional wrestling.
What the hell's with the name change? Sorry, I've only just noticed that.
This is to honor our Canucks who beat the Oilers last night. They got 9 more wins, and they get the Stanley Cup. Now that's not an easy task to get those 9 wins. So
anyway, I'm Costa Magician. You guys can find me every Friday, Saturday, and some point through the week talking to wrestlers, announcers, referees, somebody related to wrestling in the UK. That's that.
Now, I know this hockey talk is a little bit foreign to you because you're British.
Correct.
But Jay, here's a hockey fan. Did you watch that game last night?
Oh yes. You know what I'm hoping for, honestly? I'm pulling for Vancouver because of Rick Tocchet. I'm also hoping for Vancouver's sake that they get the Rangers so they can avenge 94, man.
Oh my goodness. The Rangers were that's a hard team to beat. So but if you're in the Stanley Cup final, you're not going to get no pushover team in the final. So
yeah, I mean Florida's no punching bag either. I mean whether it's Florida or Rangers, it's gonna be a dogfight, man. It's like all these teams are equipped to win the cup. But like I said about Edmonton, look, they're taking Edmonton behind the woodshed, and they got the 2 best players in hockey. So they got the 2 best players in hockey that they're holding their own against. So if this don't get them ready for whoever they're playing in the cup, nothing will.
Well, they got to get past the Oilers and then the Dallas Stars or the Avalanche. So, but let's get into one of the segments. We haven't had it in a while. This is Liam's favorite segment.
The Vault. Here we go.
Like it's time to open up the vault.
Do you know the combination?
The thing is, I actually got the email about 9:30 with this saying that the vault's now obviously it's been repaired. The tiger's been fed weirdly. I don't know why it's back in there.
He sounds like he's a happy tiger right now.
Depends on for how long, right?
Well, like if we remember to feed him. He won't be eating our interns.
Yeah, but I know, but we're getting a really bad reputation. Come on.
Well, yeah, that's why we feed the tiger.
That is true. That is true. Anyway, this is the vault.
Of course, speaking of tigers, let's show that first picture that I took today on my couch.
Let me just find it because I've forgot where it's gone. Oh, here we go. This one.
There we go. This is our new show, Between Two Pillows, starring our cat, Fruit Cat.
It's a pussy between two pillows.
Pussy between two pillows. Oh my goodness, Liam.
Sorry.
What do you have to say about that, Jay?
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, but I'm going to keep it PG out of respect to y'all. It was definitely, that is a very hairy. All right, to hell with it. That's a very hairy pussy between two pillows.
Yes, he's a fluffy pussy cat.
Yes, very fluffy pussy.
Anyways, I guess speaking of pussycats, we have a really cool video here that's been going around the internet. This is called Cat Chase POV.
Now, the funny thing is, when you sent me this, I actually saw it on the internet immediately 20 minutes after. So it's like, it's just weird how that all came about. But you ready to see this? Here we go.
Now, this video, you see the cat jumping through and under everything, and he's got the little piece of fur in his mouth from he ripped it out of the other cat, and he's got that he's growl. This is great.
The one thing I love about this, all I'm thinking in my head is going parkour.
Parkour.
Oh dear. What did you think, pal? Have we lost him? Is he there?
Jay, are you there? I don't know. Maybe we have some connection issues. I guess.
Should we move on?
Do you want to show the first clip? We got a 2-part clip here.
And you know what? I'm going to let you build this up because you're kind of involved in this one.
Yeah. So we went to me and Shane. We went to Collision this last Saturday, and it was a great time. But we've had an issue on the podcast for a while now. People have been going to AEW Dynamite, been going to Collision, all these wrestling shows, and they don't bother to call in the show afterwards.
Can I just emphasize that by saying that by the time I've come out, the show's actually finished?
Yeah. But you haven't gone to Dynamite or Collision and been able to phone in, so it's different. But Yeah, I just wanted to say that we had to call in. So this is two parts because it's so long. So this was the Garage After Dark this last Saturday.
Here we go. So this is part one.
I think we got somebody. We got somebody here. Let's let him in. Well, what's going on, gentlemen? What's going on, guys?
From AEW Collision, it was freaking awesome. That was a fucking blast. And Shane's really drunk.
Hey, do you guys? What about you,
He had
Canada
8
Dry?
years.
Have you had anything?
Pardon me?
Have you had anything, Aaron?
No.
Yeah.
I'm straight edge.
Oh, okay. I got you. That's cool. I see it's still daylight there.
He did them all for me. All of them. Guy takes a bullet for the team,
He does. Well, it's awesome to see you two actually physically together. Like that's really, really super cool.
Yeah, I thought he was my imaginary friend for the longest time, but I found out he's real.
I will admit, it is.
Hold on, pinch me. Find out if pinch me. Oh, it's dead. He's real.
It is weird that you guys are outside and it's still light out.
What did you say?
It's weird that you're outside and it's still light outside.
Yeah, it's not after dark here, baby. We're on the West Coast.
It looks like Shane is trying to scissor you there.
Yeah, I am trying to see. Yeah. Oh, we got.
There we go.
We got a live sizzler here on the podcast.
Yo, what's going on, man?
Yeah.
Thanks, but check it out. All F for Wrestling. All F for Wrestling. Sure.
Yeah, on YouTube.
On YouTube. Yeah.
YouTube.com after wrestling.
Can I just say something before I play part two? Have you had some beers that because you seem absolutely out in it?
No, I'm just having fun. I'm on the high of life in that. Definitely not drunk.
Okay, should we see what happened in part two?
Yes, this is right after this.
One guy in my seating that got the fucking. I'm like, yeah, join All F for Wrestling. He signed up in front of me.
We're just
Smash
waiting
that
for our
like
lift.
Nice. Well, what did you guys think of the show overall? Aaron, I'm curious to know, what are your thoughts on your first ever live wrestling event?
Oh, baby. I had to move the phone so I could hear what you're saying. That's why I was out of. I took us out.
I knew this was going to happen for us.
Yeah. It was a great show.
It was an absolutely freaking fantastic show.
Yeah, Kyle O'Reilly was freaking amazing. Adam Copeland was amazing. Will Ospreay was amazing. Everyone was awesome, and I told some girls, "Hey, nice to meet you, Chris Statlander," and she looked at me weird, but that's okay.
At least you didn't call her Nyla Rose or somebody like that.
Well, yeah, that would have got me slapped, but it's okay. They find it flattering sometimes.
Nice. Well, did you have any other like?
Trevor's giving me a minute away.
All right, we're gonna let you go because it's really loud and I can't hear what you're saying, and we wanted this to be quality TV, so we'll bid you adieu.
All right, you guys have a great
Good
evening.
night, guys.
Be safe.
All right, we'll see you later.
Goodbye and good night. Bang.
See you all later.
I shot me.
Can't say that too loud in the streets of Vancouver. Just gonna say.
He shot me again. How does he keep doing this?
Dear. The thing is, you could tell that obviously you're outside. I like that type of thing. Like, what are you saying? I'm outside. Sorry, it's a bit loud and stuff like that. That's why I always put headphones on when I'm out and about.
Yeah, like I didn't realize that it was going to be so difficult to hear, but we managed to pull it off. I was able to put the phone close to me, and it was fun. I definitely will call in again if I get to do that again.
There you go. So you've now been to your first AEW show. Hopefully, more to come.
Oh yeah, the crowd was really into it. So I think they definitely realize that it's a good show, and they're gonna be able to put on a good sized crowd. So I think they'll be back.
Yeah, the good thing is the guy who you obviously went with is actually in the comments. What's up, everyone?
Shane, come on down to the show. Get on board here. Let's talk some wrestling news if you can.
And of course, my co-host, Mr. Isaac. What's going on, my man?
Mr. Isaacs, get your ass on the show.
Yes, we've got loads of news. But do you know what? Before that, the Florida man is back. Can you believe
Florida man is back.
Sorry, but I can't even read this without laughing too much. So this is going to be absolutely ridiculous. So here we go.
The Florida man flashes his buttocks at an IHOP after impersonating a police officer to get free food. So, police responded to a restaurant. They informed that Matt Skida has been coming to the IHOP for the past few days and saying he's a police officer in an attempt to get free food. According to a arrest report, Skida was in the restaurant around 1 a.m. on Friday when a server asked him if he had money to pay for his meal. He said, "No, but I'm a police officer and I get food for free." He allegedly replied and then pulled out a Orlando PD insignia patch from his wallet, just a patch, not a badge. When he was informed that police pay for their food, the 50-year-old told the servers, "I'm not going anywhere until you feed me." The server began to walk away to call 911, then turned around to see Skida with his pants down, exposing himself after he yelled, "Hey, buddy!" And he was let out out of the IHOP by the police. And he goes, "I'm a Green Beret. If I die, Obama dies." I'm like, whoa, this took a dark turn at the end.
The thing is, I love the Florida man thing because you just never know what's going to happen. It just always seems to be something bizarre happens in Florida. Maybe that's the thing. If you want some entertaining thing, go to Florida.
For sure. Like, if you could put up the picture again. So this is just something I found. A policeman puppet and a doll exposing its buttocks because it's PG, right?
It's really, this show's PG since when?
Oh yeah, parental guidance all the way. If you're not getting parental guidance watching this show, I don't know what you're getting.
No idea. No idea. But what's the Florida man going to do next week? Who knows?
Yeah, this has to be one of the top ones.
Absolutely. Sorry, I've still got giggles.
Now, I think this calls for a knowledge is power moment.
Okay, here we go.
So, kids, do not impersonate a police officer. It's your first one. It's a double knowledge is power. Second, do not expose yourself to anyone when you don't get your free food.
Mm-hmm.
That's knowledge is power right there.
Here we go. I missed that.
Don't you think this one is actually better than the original?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. I just love the whole thing about it because it's got elements of the old one as well.
Yeah, it's got the fire, but it's got the music of the old one.
There you go. There you go. Wow. Yeah. I mean, anything else to cover before we get into the news?
I think we're good. We got the pussy between the two pillows out of the way, and Fruit Cat is he's a loyal fan of the show.
I don't know how to answer this.
Shane, you're gonna get escorted out of the building. You will not get free beer if you do that.
Don't do that, kids.
No, do not. That's another knowledge spot. We'll save that for another show.
Anyway, before I don't like laughing too hard.
Oh, right. What do we got in the news today?
I mean, let's talk about this because I know this is a big discussion and stuff. The King of the Ring. Now, this is, let's just say it's a shambles anyway. Bobby Lashley's pulled out, Zelina Vega's pulled out, and it's not getting a lot of buzz, to be honest with you.
Drew McIntyre, not part of it. Even with all the stars, it's not good.
No. To be fair, it's not been probably the last time I remember it actually being good is when Edge won it back in the early 2000s.
Edge won King of the Ring?
Yes.
Did he wear a crown or no?
No, it was before that was like kind of thing. It's when it like had more sense. I think when they made it like a pay-per-view and stuff, it just really lost its momentum.
Yeah, I think the last time it was cool was King Booker.
Yeah, because he actually made it actually work as well. He made it part of his character.
He
The
got a
King
title run out of it.
There you go. And to be honest, I thought it was entertaining. The King Barrett thing for me, I didn't like that.
Wait, Shane says they gave Edge a cup, or is that King Booker?
They gave him a cup. I'm sure. I don't know. I'd have to research that. I'm not quite sure.
The King Cup.
The King
now,
Cup.
I think it would be cool. Now, there's two options you could go on. This we talked about this is like making it alternating between King of the Ring and Money in the Bank.
Mm-hmm.
But you could make this relevant, doing it every year.
Yeah.
By getting rid of the crowns.
Yep. Like an actual cup.
A championship.
See, the thing is, I'd do a cup.
Championships.
I think a cup would be a lot better because I feel like then you've got something you like to like show off when you're coming out of the ring.
No, but you can actually defend the belts all year.
Yeah, but then what's the point of winning?
And then you're getting a push because you're a champion.
I'm not sure. I'm not quite. I mean,
because like a belt says you achieve something. A crown says you went to Burger King.
Yeah, but if you're going through the whole thing just to win the belt to like defend it then lose it again, then what's the point of winning it in the first place?
Well, no, just like the Continental, they did this in AEW with the Continental Classic.
Mm-hmm.
You have to defend it, but you got to win it the tournament every year.
I don't know. I mean, for me, it's got to have some more like meaning. Like, do you know, you got to get people hyped up for it because, again, it's just like one of those things now.
Okay, so if we did the belt thing, wouldn't you have to see how the belts were treated?
In what sense?
Like if they were made to be a big deal, then it's all about how those belts are promoted. Like even the King, like even if you're getting a big push and they're treating it right, that's the whole idea is you become a bigger star because you won this.
Yeah, I can get behind that a little bit.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be the belts, but you definitely need to really establish that this person winning is now a bigger star. He's like elevated his career. Now, who do we have remaining that could legitimately be king or queen of the ring?
I mean, we obviously discussed this before we came on the air. I mean, the only person who sticks out for me, who I think needs to do something after he lost the IC title, it's got to be Gunther. For me, if I had to choose somebody.
See, to me, it is Gunther. But if they give him a crown that he has to wear,
yeah, it's going to look stupid.
He's going to look really stupid in this. Now, if he just has a coronation and then doesn't ever do it ever again.
Yep.
You know what might be okay if he just had a scepter.
Or even like the robe type thing, because it kind of goes into with his entrance a little bit.
Yeah, like he drops the robe and then carries the scepter with him to the ring.
Yeah, I mean, I could get behind that.
Just no crown. No crown. It's going to look dumb.
WWE, if you're listening, no crown, right? You're hearing it here first.
Yeah.
Now, on the women's side, this is the only person who really screams out is obviously who's getting that big push is Jade.
Yeah, just really quickly on Gunther, you could even have what's his crony's name?
I know the group is called Imperium, but I can't.
Yeah, I forget his name. It's you have them holding the crown on a pillow for him.
It's still part like a dodge stupid gimmick.
No, but he doesn't have to, he never wears it. He just has that guy carry it for him. That might work.
Who knows? Who knows? The thing is, like you just said there, as long as he doesn't wear the crown, we're not actually bothered.
Kaiser, that's right.
There we go. Thank you, Noob.
Yeah, but Jade, anyone but Jade winning this thing is a bad idea.
Yeah, I mean, to be quite honest with you, other than Jade, who's actually left in it?
Io Sky.
Yeah, that's probably the only two which stick out. I think that's going to be the finals.
Yeah, the thing is do you put a crown on Jade or do Does that make her look stupid?
I don't know. I feel like she could really pull that off, to be honest. Just the crown. Because of how, do you know, like her physique and stuff like that?
Yeah, but even Zelina didn't wear it very often, did she?
I don't know. I thought she wore it quite a bit, to be honest. To what I remember, anyway.
Yeah, but all of a sudden it was like it just disappeared.
Yeah.
Like right now, she's still the queen. And she hasn't worn that since many, 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 many months ago, before LWO. It's weird, right? It just stopped happening.
Shall we find out what Shane thinks?
Sure.
But
Yo, what's up?
Shane, what do you think about this King and Queen of the Ring tournament?
How WWE's doing it now sucks. Especially when I'd like, well, because I'll leave the WWE network on my TV because we still got it in Canada, like to go to bed. And there's a lot of times I wake up at like 3, 4 in the morning and there's good King of the Ring from those like early 90s era where it was an actual legit one night tournament. And it really just more felt something. And then, especially when they had the year of 0-1. But they had the double doors with the guys opening them on each side and stuff.
That was really cool.
Yeah. And you know what? Those, like WWE has been talking about, especially with Denver, about how they're going to shrink the stage a little because they want to get more fans in and things along that. And I guess maybe also cost for setup and stuff too. So,
Noob's last comment?
So seriously, if you're going to shrink the stages, what better way than coming up with that style stage again? That small double doors, even if you put
that was cool. The Knights opening it, that was cool.
Yeah, like honestly, then it maybe means something. And again, if it goes back to like say an actual proper one night tournament, yeah. Speaking of Edge, the year he won was because. So it was Kurt Angle versus Christian first. Shane McMahon got involved because he wanted to make sure Kurt Angle got into the next round since they had the street fight later that night.
Correct.
Then it was the Edge and Kurt Angle match, and that's where Shane got involved again, but this time Edge wins the match or whatever.
So it was a cup that year?
I some reason remember it being a cup because I swear I remember Christian and Edge beside a cup on Monday Night Raw. It could be a Mandela effect too, or maybe it was
a cup instead of a crown.
Yeah, but I just some reason I remember like a cup, almost like the Great Cup or something like that. And Edge and Christian on Monday Night Raw the next night were doing the 5-second poses right beside it. Unless I'm really remembering something else or.
So, Shane, do you think if Jade wins this thing, she should wear a crown?
I think for her it would almost make sense, or a scepter and crown. But Gunther, I'd say all of a sudden, like maybe they try to give him a crown and he just goes thunk. And then he comes up with some kind of king general jacket, kind of what Liam was hinting at earlier, or something like.
Or he just carries the scepter and the robe. We talked about that.
Like honestly, I could see him just getting like a super, like a super general style jacket with like an extra star on it or something, or diamonds or something,
or a crown on it or something.
Well, yeah, like just something signifies like, oh yeah, this is not just the ring general jacket. This is the king of the ring general jacket.
I guess we'll see what happens. The other thing was last year's King of the Ring. Zelina just stopped wearing it, and Roman Reigns stole what's his name's crown.
Yeah, and that's got to be like what 2 years ago when that happened.
Was it 2 years ago, or was it just this last year?
I felt like it's been a while because Kofi and Xavier's been on Raw for a while, and he was still on SmackDown when that happened.
So did we miss a year of King of the Ring then?
Or was it just something so forgettable last year with King of the Ring that we're thinking back?
Is Creed winning it and Roman Reigns taking it.
Jimmy. That was when Jimmy and Jay were still part of his team, so they were the ones helping him. I don't even think.
This must have been two.
Yeah, because I don't even remember what's this nuts being part of Bloodline at
So yeah,
that point.
they skipped a year without King of the Ring then.
Maybe even 2.
No, I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
it's only been 1 year skipped.
It's been a while. It does felt like a long time now. But I do remember. No, I'm pretty sure I remember Reigns, Jimmy, and Jay are like they literally crushed it. They stomped it out and like destroyed it. Not just jacked it. Like they demolished it.
So the last King of Ring alongside the first Queen was crowned in the tournament in 2021. It was cancelled in 2023, and it's obviously brought back this year.
Okay.
So 2023. So that was quite a while ago.
Yeah. Let's double check it. It still says, oh, yes, tournament's
No, he's still saying it's cursed.
2 years ago.
Noob says last year was Night of Champions.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense.
So
this is
I think they're gonna have a hard time bringing this back after this year.
It's over in Saudi, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes,
I believe the other one was in Saudi as well.
Yeah, the Night of Champions, the last one I think was in Saudi Arabia.
Okay. So it depends what the Saudis want.
Yeah, and then
next King of the Ring or Night of Champions? It's up to you.
Yeah, and then next year will be this greatest Royal Rumble with 60 men instead of 50 men.
Well, they might get Royal Rumble next year.
That's what I heard. Yeah, they might just get the real Royal,
the greatest one.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
The legit Rumble. Wouldn't that mean the greatest Rumble be better than the Rumble? But it's not.
I know. The fact that they got guys like that sumo wrestler just because the Saudis were asking for people like Yokozuna. It's like, he's dead. And there was like 1 or 2 other guys that they had that kayfabe just used someone that looked just like they're a guy they idolized in the 90s. That was hilarious.
All right, what do we got next here, Liam?
I mean, let's talk about Billy Corgan, shall we? You said something about a third TV deal.
Yeah, so Billy Corgan saying that he is he's got pen to paper on a third television deal. Now, I'm hoping that this TV deal is allowing things to be international because maybe a streaming service, maybe a Roku TV or one of these streaming deals, these streaming TV things where everyone can kind of see it.
Yeah, I mean, Shane, we know obviously now that stream's obviously a big part, so this is like a big deal for NWA.
I'd say so, but I still don't get to this day why he's not using Fight, because I thought he was a part owner or had shares of part of the Fight app, or is he completely removed? Billy's removed from it now.
Yeah, so
I don't know. Like that's what I was wondering. Like, why isn't they just not utilize the Fight app for the NWA again, like they used to?
Noob's hoping it's NWA is going to USA Network. Imagine that.
But the problem is that still wouldn't benefit us in Canada unless a TV station picked it up.
Yeah, I'm hoping it's like Roku or Pluto or something like that.
Pluto, that's like free TV, isn't it?
That's what I'm saying.
Yes, it is.
I didn't realize you guys knew about that.
Oh, Pluto's great. I also like Plex. I've been watching Highway to Heaven on Plex, by the way.
I've got Plex as well. Jesus Christ.
I wonder if Amazon Prime would take a stab at something like a lower level, because they're literally been loading up on sports now. They just announced that they're going to be having NASCAR in 2025. Besides some of the, I think Monday night or Thursday night football games live, they got the contract for that. Plus, I think they're going to be showing MLB.
You guys have seen the advertisement, the Natalia Markova, the promo that Natalia Markova made for Billy Corgan's adventure in Carneyland.
Should we in this?
Yes,
that's pretty cool.
So yeah, Natalia Markova and Brian Eilar both on that. On the CW app, and it's just them and the drama of everyone like trying to take their spot and stuff like that.
This sounds interesting. I will be honest.
Yeah, I want to see Natalia Markova getting in fights with the women backstage.
Especially when you look at that roster, there's actually some really good talent during the NWA roster.
Oh, for sure.
Aaron Rex is still on the roster too, and that guy's a mighty underrated talent.
Oh yeah.
So just go if you're in the U.S. Go to the app and watch Billy Corgan's Adventures in Carneyland, and watch the CW shows there.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to be checking that out because that just sounds really, really interesting. Just the name of it, Carneyland.
There's Natalia Markova. What is Carneyland?
Well, how do you describe Carneyland?
Well, that was just my Natalia Markova invitation. What is Carneyland?
I know, but I'm putting you on the spot now. What is Carneyland?
It is just the wrestling world that they're in. Billy Corgan, he's pretty much none of his rock and roll guys are into the wrestling. He's the only one.
Yeah, definitely. So guys, go check it out, Carneyland. I'm definitely watching it after the show. Anything to add on that, or shall we move along?
I think we're good.
Okay, so next up, this is some I brought, and a lot of people's talking about it, and I've not had a chance to talk about it. Now, Shane, have you heard of the thing called SGW?
SGW. No. Oh, that's the one in South Africa or Africa or something, or Uganda.
Uganda.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's where the Mason is. I can't even Mansour or whatever. We're sending money over their way.
Yeah. So this is a thing, obviously in Uganda, where they've built a wrestling thing, and it's called soft ground wrestling. And the guy, obviously in this image, is somebody I spoke to, and I've got to be honest, if you guys watch it, it's actually entertaining. I'm not even going to lie. I mean, Shane, I don't know how much you know about this.
So where can we watch this? Is this on YouTube?
There's a lot of stuff on YouTube about this, yes.
All right. We'll have to give that a look.
I've been reading about it on Facebook at different articles and stuff like that, just because of the donation stuff, but I've never actually had a chance to watch it. Yeah, I'll go check it out someday.
Mr. Isaac says Pluto has an Impact channel.
Does it?
Of course, they're all older shows. They're not
but no, guys, for people, go check it out. It's really, really good, and obviously there's all these donations and stuff. It's just great to see, stuff like that, especially in countries like that. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, for sure.
So I just wanted to bring that up, just something a little bit short. Should we move on?
Sure.
So I was just flicking through some articles, and I came across something with Ricky Starks. Now, Ricky Starks believe that CM Punk is one of the few people who understood him and what was going on with his character. Shane, we obviously know that Ricky Starks got on with Punk really, really well, but based on everything what we know weeks prior, is this necessary to come out with this?
The fact that he's been off TV right now, it's probably not a good idea to be kicking the hornet's nest like that. Unless this could potentially end up being him just mentioning such a thing where it turns into a storyline within itself. I don't know, but that could be very possible too. But yeah, I don't if it's not, I don't think it's a good idea. Good idea to even be bragging about his name right now, unless you're really looking to be on the way out the door and going up to New York.
Oh, no.
Yeah, the Ricky Starks is rumored to be kind of riding out his contract. Possibly he doesn't want to re-sign, so maybe Tony's not putting him on TV because of that.
The thing is, I mean, when I think about it, Ricky Stark's career in AEW, Shane, it's had a lot of good points, but there's been also a lot of bad as well.
He's never really had any true singles titles pushes or anything like that. The only singles title he had was the FTW championship for a short time.
Mm-hmm.
So he never really got the rub to begin with, and now how long's he been in there? At least 3-4 years.
I think as a wrestler, he's really good.
Yeah,
but his mic work is really hit or miss. Especially when he was a babyface, he seemed like he was struggling.
I don't know. I mean, I felt like his promos wasn't that bad for me. I don't know what you think, Shane.
I thought he had better promos. What was it? NWA he came from before or whatever. I remember seeing him before AEW, and he was cutting some freaking mean promos then,
I
man.
think
But
he was just trying too hard.
that could be it too.
Like it never felt natural. He felt like he was rock light.
And you know what? I think if he goes to NXT, they're gonna probably change his look up a little bit different or whatever.
If he leaves AEW and goes to NXT, that's a fail.
What, fail for AEW or fail for
No,
him
that's
himself?
a fail for Ricky Starks.
Why?
Well, because that's a downgrade from AEW to a development league. I think he's got to go to the main roster or work things out with Tony Khan.
The thing is, I don't know, because it's like we know how stacked the main roster is. We know eventually at some point from NXT you do get called up. I don't know. I have to disagree with what you've just said there.
I don't like it for them all. Like if you have, and this sets a bad precedent for AEW talent. If he goes to NXT, that's a bad thing for WWE getting AEW
you know
talent.
what? It could be then an LA Knight situation, Eli Drake situation, where they actually remodel him into something new, brand new name and a brand new kind of package or whatever.
But I don't think you want that for Ricky Starks. He's got some name brand right now.
Well, I mean, people would have said the same thing about Eli Drake, man. I thought that was a way better name than LA Knight when they switched him to him. Like,
listen, I didn't know who the hell Eli Drake was.
I
did.
Impact.
I'm not a big Impact guy, so that's why. But
and he made
LA
LA
Knight has made the biggest splash.
He made a lot of original NWA. Well, I can't say original, but Billy Corgan original NWA YouTube show appearances.
Noob says, speaking of NXT, I heard that Billy Corgan is interested in doing a crossover at NXT.
He's not interested. He'd be open to it.
Yeah.
That's a whole lot different.
That's a whole different complexion, yeah?
And that's when being asked a question, too. It wasn't like he mentioned it or whatever.
Well, you're not going to say that. I'm not going to do that. So, of course you're not.
Yeah.
Even Tony Khan said he'd be interested in potentially if it worked out to do a crossover with WWE.
I guess.
So, all right. What else we got?
So, Undertaker is obviously in the news as well. Now, on his podcast, it's a great podcast, by the way, go listen to it. He says that WWE is testing the waters with edgier content elements. Shane, what do you think?
Hopefully, I could see it. It would make sense with the whole Netflix deal and stuff for that. It's because let's face it, it was like WWE. A lot of people still longing for the Attitude Era or something close, but we're never going to get those exact eras just because.
No, and I don't. And the Attitude Era doesn't fit in this era, anyways.
Yeah, there's
It's
so
long
many.
gone. It's long gone.
There's so many politically incorrect things they would not be able to do this day and age.
Sometimes, let's be honest, the wrestling was just bad.
Yeah, it was more you worried about the segments out backstage antics than you were actually the matches going on. So, I mean, it just depends how they do this. If they just be shock value for the sake of being shock value, and then it's just like whippity do. But I mean, if they could actually make good storylines or have a little more darker matches because of this,
Even just being able to show blood is cool.
Barbed wire.
Yeah.
WWE never really uses barbed wire much. Maybe like when it's on a stick, but they've never done like a barbed wire rope match or anything like that, or barbed wire cage. So.
Rock beating the shit out of Cody, making him bleed. That was the first time they did blood in a while.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, yeah. But let's not forget, Cody kind of bleeds easily in that area. He's kind of got like the John Moxley thing going on.
Well, he is Dusty's son. So I don't know if you've ever seen Dusty's forehead.
I always thought Cody just starts crying a lot. So when you said blood, I'm like, really?
Blood and sweat and tears.
What do you want to talk about? Oh, really, Cody?
I want to talk about blood. I don't want to talk about tears. A little bit of sweat.
And more tears?
Yes, and more blood.
Dear. Anything to add on that?
I'm the WWE champion.
Hey, maybe we might get the old school Inferno matches again. Those were fun watching somebody burn up like a crisp. Well, they kind of almost did one with Randy Orton, Bray Wyatt back during the COVID era.
I think like it's a good accent piece rather than the focus. Make it edgier content.
Yeah.
I'd like to see him push the ball a little bit more because that's what fans always want to see. Do you know what I mean?
Well, also, you get a Hell in a Cell match with no blood. It's kind of lame. You get War Games and no blood. It's kind of lame.
Especially when you got AEW in their blood and guts match, and pretty much almost everybody's bleeding like a stuffed pig.
Yeah,
Do stuffed pigs bleed a lot?
I don't know.
Isn't that a GR?
It's a saying, Aaron. Chill out.
An old government mule ass whooping.
He's gonna stop him like a government mule.
Dear. So sorry, I'm just looking obviously news as you guys were talking, and the first thing which just come up here, Eric Bischoff says Tony Khan's AEW is preaching to the choir. I'll let you guys discuss that one.
Who says this?
Eric Bischoff.
Oh, now Eric Bischoff, this guy is a complete idiot. This guy, he doesn't know a wrestling ring from a key ring to screw in his roller skates. He's not a smart man. Yeah, business wise, you know, he's running his whole podcast on AEW hate.
But yeah, he's literally become the bigger hater on AEW than Jim Cornette is, and that's speaking volumes.
Like
when
he doesn't even say talk his opinions. He's just I hate monger podcast.
Yeah. Yeah, some of his quotes lately have just been. And actually, when he had Bubba on, and I saw like a couple-minute clip on Facebook of them both knocking AEW or something like that. I'm like, oh god. It's two guys that can't get past the 90s. That's the big. Both those guys' biggest problems. They drew in the 90s. Well, maybe Dudley's in the early 2000s, but they're stuck in the old school mindset, and those old school mindsets is what shut businesses down or have had to change managements over the years. So
the funny thing is, Bubba. Oh, sorry, we're talking about Bully Ray, right? Not Bubba.
Same person.
Yeah, same person.
Oh, okay. Okay, so I thought we were talking about the black guy.
No, Steve.
No, that's Devon.
Yeah, Devon, that's right. Yeah. So this guy, he's a guy that failed as a singles wrestler.
Who's that?
Yeah.
Bubba Ray.
I have to disagree, unfortunately.
Did he ever do well in WWE as a singles wrestler?
But no, we're not talking WWE.
No, we're talking about relevancy.
Yes, in WWE, I have to agree, it failed. However, if you go to TNA, he made that Bully Ray character work. I'm sorry, but he did.
His ROH work was pretty solid. His ROH work was solid, but it wasn't over the top.
You know what I'm saying? It's a niche. He didn't become a gigantic star. He was a good wrestler there, but did he become a mega star?
In WWE, no. In TNA,
no,
yes.
I'm talking about. Did he become a mega star in wrestling?
I wouldn't say a mega star, but I'm saying he's a big influence.
Yeah, but did he become a mega star?
Thing is, what do you mean classify as a mega star?
Okay, when you're headlining pay-per-view selling out arenas.
But in that case, no.
Yeah. He might have sold out a bingo hall at an indie show for 200 people.
Like his roll and punch thing.
This is something we're going to have to disagree with. And something I will be honest with you.
That's fine. If you are a Bully Ray fan, I will pray for you.
I don't mind Bully Ray. I will be honest.
Lord, we just pray for Liam.
Now, I will be honest. Some comments he did say I don't agree, but some comments he did. I do.
Yeah, you are a fan of his TNA work.
Mm-hmm.
His ROH work?
I know much. I don't know much about his ROH work. Like I said, relevantly more his TNA work.
You know what? The only thing I could really, besides him getting into it in the crowd with a crowd member, like pulling a crowd member backstage that was saying some rude stuff to Velvet Sky while she was wrestling. And besides that, the only other thing I can remember is when Enzo and Kaz tried to invade the Madison Square Garden Supercard event between ROH and New Japan. And then, of course, they tried to make it, they're the invaders, but then they weren't showing them on camera. But you could see Bully Ray and the Briscoes running up and making it look like an actual shoot or whatever. But that's the only memorable thing I can remember, like Bully Ray doing during the whole ROH thing.
All right, I want to talk about Cody Rhodes and Logan Paul.
Okay.
At Saudi Arabia, we're having title for title match. Now, you're not putting the world title on Logan Paul. There's no way.
No, you're not.
So, now all of a sudden you're putting 2 belts on Cody? Is this too much?
What's the point?
Yeah, is this too much? Unless you're amalgamating the belts, I don't know.
For me, this is too much.
It is. And it makes no... So SmackDown, you're literally just going to have a one champion scene again? That was the biggest problem to begin with Roman Reigns not appearing a lot of times. So you literally only had the U.S. champion in the show. Or the Intercontinental when it's like those eras, but...
And why would you want to face Cody only for the U.S. title? Why? I only want to fight you for the U.S. I don't even want that world title. I want the U.S. title. It doesn't make no sense.
I know that's what. It wouldn't. But they kind of made it happen with Seth Rollins before. Like they made him do double duty in a night.
Mm-hmm.
Remember when he faced Sting and John Cena, one for the one belt and then one for the other?
Was he world champion?
Yeah, he was.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure he was world champion.
The only way I think this would be cool is if they use this to bring the American Eagle or bring the Winged Eagle belt back. You amalgamate.
That would be cool.
You got a little bit more Americana in it.
But they need to leave a secondary title though. That's when that kind of make no sense merging the whole titles. Or I just don't. Unless Cody really right away relinquishes it and puts it up for a tournament.
Unless you get a goofy finish.
It's what it feels like. There's just gonna be some kind of way it just ends up in a no contest or a disqualification. That's because.
So it just seems like this is just a pointless match anyway, doesn't it?
Yeah.
To be honest, when you think about it, it's like, what's the point?
Yeah.
You know what? Only thing I could think of is just to kind of cater to the Saudi crowd. Oh, you got the biggest social media star, versus the icon of SmackDown right now. That's the only thing I could think of. Like, who knows? Logan Paul could be pushing front. There could be some Saudi deals with him and working his brand too. We don't behind the doors. We don't know about either. So, because the Paul, like both brothers, they got a big brand going, an expanding brand. It's not just wrestling; he's a part of it. So
I want to get your guys' thoughts on this one. You got Malachi Black versus Adam Copeland.
Yep.
In a barbed wire steel cage match for the TNT title.
Yep.
Now, if Malachi Black wins, Adam Copeland has to join the House of Black.
Okay.
So, do you guys see him joining the House of Black, or do you see him winning and fending off the House of Black?
The thing is, I'd like to see him join because I'm thinking we saw what happened with the Judgment Day thing. I thought he did really, really well with that. I was a bit shocked that Finn obviously took over. So do you know what? I'm not against the idea of him going to House of Black.
But it just would be weird to me because the whole reason why Edge got written out of House of Black, or not House of Judgment Day originally, because he just wasn't comfortable with the dark projection the group was going with more of the same. Meanwhile, House of Black is like actually kind of more on that side to begin with. So
Well,
I
I wonder
just,
if that's even true. That
you know what, that could just be a BS the internet rumor too. But it's
and Beth Phoenix seems like she's going to get involved because they took the wedding ring from his
see, that's the
fingers.
reason why I think that's the reason why I just see Edge retaining is the like, but he does something really dark and sadistic to get that win.
The
That's
one
what.
thing that really makes me think Malachi Black is winning is Adam Copeland has beat everyone in the House of Black.
Mm-hmm.
The House of Black needs a victory here in the worst way.
That's true too.
Like if they do not win this, they're pretty much a kind of a joke faction.
Yeah,
one guy defeats everyone.
I mean, they kind of turned into a joke faction after they lost the Trios titles to the Acclaim.
I think that how they're being booked right now is really good. How they just beat the crap.
Well, no, now finally they're getting good booking again. I didn't like who they dropped the titles to begin with, though.
I hated the claim as Trios champions, and they weren't defending it at all. But that's another topic.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So you also have Eddie Kingston, who broke his knee or his leg.
Early legit, it's not a working injury.
So he's getting replaced by Darby Allin, who returned this last Wednesday. Like this guy's got some serious like Wolverine healing powers. He gets hit by a bus. This guy's crazy.
Well, wasn't he originally? He couldn't do Evers because he broke his leg. So you have one guy.
I don't know. I think we got kayfabed.
That's possible too, but
we might have got kayfabed because he's walking fine.
I mean, it could have been just a minor like fracture in his foot too, because it sounded like it was just like it was his foot, but it wasn't like hardcore where he needed surgery or something like that. So
yeah.
How did you get hit by the bus to begin with? That's what I'd like to know.
Those New Yorkers. Is there anything else we want to talk about?
Yeah, so I throw this one in here, and this has got a lot of fans. Fans have got mixed feelings about this, and I have as well, to be honest with you. And so we'll end on this. It's this involving Trent, this whole like thing turning on Orange Cassidy and stuff. Shane, it's got mixed feelings with the fan base and stuff like that. What do you think?
I honestly think like Best Friends was just getting old to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
I really enjoy the idea of seeing Trent Beretta as a heel because he's been attached at the hip with a partner of some shape or some form for like probably almost a decade now.
Yeah.
If you take in even Roppongi Vice. And so it's nice if he could go. He's got the gas to do it. I'd like to see a good heel singles run with him.
I think where they're going with this is Don Callis is trying to recruit Orange Cassidy, but
I think that's a smokescreen.
Yeah, I think it's going to be he knows Orange Cassidy's going to reject him, and it's just going to be Trent was part of it all along.
Yeah,
and he's going to attack him.
Yeah, I can see that, to be honest.
So
that's exactly how I think it's playing out. To be honest, that's because I don't see Orange Cassidy going heel, and I don't see him joining that faction if he's going heel either.
No.
All right, so wrapping it up here this week on the Magic of Wrestling, what do you got on the show?
So we're doing a promo. So we're going to be 5 wrestlers from the UK and getting 5 wrestlers from the US. The rule is they've got to be from each country, by the way, so we can't have people from Canada, anywhere else like that. So Mr. Isaacs picked 5, I picked 5 from the UK, and we're going to have a nice discussion about the people who we feel give the best promos.
That's a good one.
Sounds like a border war.
So I don't know if we're doing Garage After Dark. I want to watch the hockey game, so I'm probably not going to be part of the Garage After Dark this Saturday. But we will have, of course, the All Left Wrestling show on Sunday, and we'll have something that we'll have cooked up in our brains to talk about. And without further ado, this is Liam the Magician. This is Showtime Shane and not his adult services. And I am Canada effing dry, reminding you that sometimes in life you get knocked down, and that's okay, because it's okay to be down. It's not okay to stay down. You have to reach out to your friends, reach out to your family, reach out to us, and we'll help you to pick you back up, to put one foot in front of the other. Dust yourself up, pick yourself up, put the devil in a sharpshooter, and just keep fighting.